coming up in this read. They are going to be so embarrassed at everything that they ever said about you, because they were so completely and utterly wrong about you. Hi Gemini, let's do your October love reading. You can check out my description box and my pinned comment below for any information that you need about me, my decks, or private readings. Please don't take anything too seriously or personally, because this is a general read, so only some of the read could actually apply to you, especially if you're cross-watching as well, okay? So you fit it how it applies, if it applies at all. And as always, please do respect the tarot. It does take time for the messages to come out. And finally, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Your cards are a bit undecided today, Gemini. Right, so you've got stripping illusions and honoring your energy, and at the bottom of the deck is struggle. It's a wee fish struggling upstream. Yeah, that is going to be a difficult journey, isn't it? Going against the tide rather than with it. I think it's salmon that have to do that. Salmon have to swim upstream so that they can mate. And it's like thousands upon thousands of them will die trying to make that journey. But obviously to them, it's very important that they do make it upstream. You know, because their species is dependent on it. So there is quite a sort of sacrificial energy as well that's coming from this one. So perhaps you have had to make a lot of sacrifices, Gemini. Perhaps at one point you were like that salmon, you know, trying to swim upstream. Hopefully not to mate, but, you know. Stripping illusions and honoring your energy. Yeah, I feel, see with this one, you've been cutting off a lot of people. You've been forced to go either no contact or very low contact with certain individuals who are just not healthy. You know, they're not good examples, sort of thing. I don't know why my table is really dusty. It's strange because I dust it every single day. With this stripping of the illusions, you will notice is actually a lotus flower. And lotus flower, in terms of spirituality, they're really important. It indicates that the person that I'm reading for has had a very difficult past, a really difficult life. You're not one for wallowing in self-pity though, Gemini. So it's like you've made a success of your life in spite of your origins, in spite of your beginnings. You still made a success of yourself. If you think about the lotus flower, where does it grow? You know, it grows in really shitty, dirty, boggy, horrible, stinky places, doesn't it? But it is such an incredibly beautiful flower. It's almost magical how beautiful they are. So it's like they thrive in spite of their environment. And that's you, Gemini. That's you in a nutshell. Okay? It's beautiful. Right, so with that being said, I'm going to start pulling your cards. I'm going to leave them out on display just so that we can refer back to that energy throughout your read. Okay, now the first thing that you'll notice with this deck, it's way too big for my hands. I have trimmed it down, but there's only so far down I can trim my decks without actually ruining the illustrations on the other side. So I've trimmed it down as much as I can, and it's still too bloody big for my hands. If anybody knows why on earth they make oracle decks so big, can you please let me know, because it's so frustrating. Right, so you've just seen me cut the deck on camera, so you can see I've not cheated with anything. Okay, right, and then we're going to pill. There we go. Right, Witch, the healer. Watchtower of the West, autumn. We're in autumn right now, so it's very appropriate. And fire, passion, beautiful. Lots of fire energy. And at the bottom of the deck is cloak, concealment. Concealment. This is what you used to do, Gemini. You used to hide who you truly were. Some of you used to hide your power and your abilities. Some of you are natural healers and you kept that skill hidden for a very, very long time for whatever reason. And again, remember, it's a general read. Everyone's story is going to be different. Everyone's reasons for hiding is going to be different. I have seen this message come out before in your read, Gemini, and we're seeing it again. I think as well that we had a really heartbreaking comment that a subscriber had made the last time that this message came out, how her family were severely abusive to her, and they had put ideas in her head that she was severely mentally unstable because of her abilities. So if you're watching, hi, we do remember you. I hope you're doing well. And also as well, you're not on your own, because this is a Gemini collective read. So this is something that the Gemini collective has had to deal with. So you do have support and supporters around you. Okay, I am feeling strongly that same energy coming through. You are very powerful, very magical and mystical, incredibly beautiful as well. Whether you're a man or a woman, gender fluid, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. You're watching the Gemini collective read. You've got talents, skills and abilities that are, some would say, God-given. I prefer to use the word universe because it's more inclusive, but that's just me. They're spiritually given gifts, and you're no longer hiding them. You're no longer ashamed of who you are. This read is the complete opposite to the Taurus read that I've just done. Now that energy was very uptight. It was really uptight all the way through. And not because of Taurus, but because of the person that Taurus is currently dealing with, who is hiding who they truly are, and they're too busy running from who they are. And it was not a pleasant vibe in that read at all. This one, Gemini, in your energy, is the complete opposite. It's total acceptance of self, and it's no longer fearing what other people may or may not have to say about your God-given abilities, your spiritual gifts. You're not hiding that shit anymore. In fact, when it comes down to the opinions of other people, look what you're doing. And you're doing it right now, because we're in autumn right now. Autumn, spiritually, is all about release. It's also a reminder as well, you see with the leaves, there is no such thing as a wasted experience. Every one of these experiences, if you imagine, every one of these leaves is a memory or an experience or a lesson. Every single one of these leaves, right? None of it ever goes to waste, because when you observe trees in the autumn, what do? They don't hold on to their leaves, do they? Say, oh no, I'm not letting that go. I still need it. The tree's like, fuck it. It's done. It's served its purpose, and just sort of drops their leaves down to the ground. But then what happens to their leaves? They rot. They rot and they become the soil once again. In fact, they put back into the soil beneficial nutrients, so that the tree that had released their leaves in the first place can continue to grow. So energetically, can you now see clearly what's happening with you? And isn't that beautiful? You've had, like, I'm getting like the Ace of Wands with this one. But it's got like a bit of a cheeky essence to it as well. So it's like a cross between the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands, just because of that sort of flirty cheekiness. You're flirting with life. You're flirting with new ideas. You're flirting with your creativity. And you're feeling really passionate now about exactly what you can do with these natural gifts of yours. It's amazing, really, really amazing energies. else, please, for Gemini? Again, your patience is very much appreciated while I'm pulling out your cards, okay, with it being tarot. I do like to just take my time with it, let the cards speak for themselves, okay. I don't like to force anything. Okay. Hope. Wow. Hope and message. Light will return again. Do not give in to fear and temporary setbacks. Hope. Fantastic. And message. You're about to receive a message with a very special meaning. Signs, communication, or information. I feel like this is somebody offering you something, Gemini. I know that this is a love read. It doesn't necessarily have to be like romantic love. It could be love of a project, like a passion project. It could be the love for life. It could be self-love. It could be a member of your family. Okay, it could be a very old dear friend. There are so many different types of love. It's not always just romantic, right? You're receiving a message, and I feel you're receiving multiple messages because you're dealing with a lot of spiritual energy at the moment as well. So you are getting spiritual messages, but you're also getting messages in your physical reality too from other people. And it's something, it's like someone's offering you, I'm getting chance of a lifetime opportunity, right? So it's something that you do feel very, very passionate about. It's a cause that is very dear to your heart. And it's like someone's offering you an opportunity to come and perhaps work with them, which really does catapult you onto your soul's journey. It could be for some of you to do with these healing abilities that you have. So somebody who has like a spiritual based company could be reaching out and contacting you, Gemini, and saying, right, Gemini, I want you to come work with us, you know, so you can actually make a living from your natural gifts and talents. You've got letting go. If you love something, set it free. Don't hold on too tight lest you chase it away. Yeah, laws of attraction. I'll get to that one in a minute. We're still on this energy here. And also as well, I will clarify these with the tarot deck as well, okay? Because we're just getting sort of like surface level energies at the moment. We'll dive deeper into the big energies with the tarot deck, right? So hope and message. So yeah, someone is clearly wanting you to come work for them, right? And it's one of these things where it provides a lot of opportunity for you to do things your own way and for you to put your own spin on it, for you to make your mark as well, okay? And for your skills as being a healer to be really appreciated as well. And you being seen, which is all you've ever wanted. With this letting go, that's laws of attraction, right? So you've already gone through that stage of releasing people, places, things, ways of thinking, ways of being and ways of doing that are not in alignment with you, right? You've already gone through that process. It's an ongoing process, let's be fair, right? At the moment, you're in this period of like reflection and self-reflection and figuring out, is there anything else that I'm still holding on to that I really need to reconcile with? That's the mode that you're in at the moment. So that makes sense for that one to come out twice, technically. Autumn is the same energy. It's this bit here. Don't hold on too tight, lest you chase it away, right? So instead of chasing happiness, you're actually creating a lifestyle that you're happy with, and then your happiness is a byproduct of the lifestyle that you're creating via that release So you're releasing things that you know feel well are outside of your control, and you're focused only on the things that you know feel well, that, yeah, I can actually do something about this thing here, so that's what I'm going to work on and focus on. But this thing over here, well, that's someone else's bullshit. You know, it's that sort of thing. At the bottom of that deck, you've got summon. Acknowledge the sacred in every experience manifesting, and don't take your next step lightly. So you've got something really, really big that's coming in here, Gemini. Really big. It's those words, once in a lifetime opportunity. It's under there, trapped. Others have expectations of you, and your circumstances will soon change with chaos. A storm is brewing, misunderstandings take shelter, wait it out and reject drama. Someone's got a huge issue with your new outlook on life, Gemini. And they're trying to pull you, yeah, they're trying to pull you back into the drama and the chaos. It's because they don't have control over you anymore. They don't have control over your mind. Okay. What else is going on for Gemini, please? If I'm quiet as well, it's because I'm still trying to figure out what this energy is. I'm not very good at multitasking, it must be said. I'll just do one more shuffle on this deck, and then we'll pill again. They're just really difficult big decks to handle. Right. Crown chakra, well-deserved reward, rest and reconsider with success and growth. And strengthening bonds and dreams coming true and confront. Yeah. Someone's projecting their insecurities and shortcomings onto you, Gemini. And you already know this. You're not daft. You're not stupid at all. Crown chakra. Your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. The connection between wisdom and spiritual insight and total well-being. Yeah. I'm getting a strong impression at the moment, Gemini, that you're pretty much untouchable. For sure. Because you have done that work. You know who you are, and you know full well that you're not who other people say you are. You are who you say you are. Well-deserved reward. Rest and reconsider, success and growth. It's interesting. Let's start clarifying this. Tell us more about the well-deserved reward, please. Gemini Collective in love. Fiercely independent. Very, very determined as well. Eight of Coins in reverse. That's interesting. Eight of Coins in reverse. That indicates that somebody is not willing to do the hard work that you've done. It indicates someone basically expecting everything to be handed to them on a plate. Someone very, very entitled. Could also be sabotage. It could be a job loss as well. There's a threat to security with the Eight of Coins in reverse. Can you tell us more about this, please, for Gemini? Thank you. The 7 of coins. Okay. So, Gemini. That's what I like to refer to as the green-eyed monster. Okay. There's a green-eyed monster around you. And they're like, why has Gemini got that? How has Gemini got that? That's not fair. I've not got that, but Gemini has. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. It's not cool, but equally, it's not something that you should be focused on either. Okay. It comes out in your read because it's something that you should be aware of. You should be aware of it, but you certainly shouldn't focus on it, and nor should you allow that kind of behavior to dim your own light. You see that light? See that light there? Don't allow someone else's jealousies and insecurities have you turn down your light, okay? Use that as an excuse to shine even brighter, all right? You've got success and growth here. That's the 8 of Wands. In traditional tarot, it would be the 8 of Wands. Success and growth, right? You're already successful. You're already abundant, right? I'm not just talking monetarily, but in all the other ways as well. Yes, for some of you could be very well to do, but that's because of your hard work and your dedication to pull yourself out of the struggles, right? What you have earned. And I know that because that's the 9 of coins, which is all about that person who is fiercely independent, the person who doesn't expect handouts, the person who isn't afraid of hard work. You're not afraid of hard work at all, but somebody around you is, Gemini. They expect to have everything handed to them on a silver plate, and you don't. You actually go out and earn what you have. Tell us more about this energy, please. The crown chakra is blocked because of ego attachment as well. So it's like that's a person who puts a lot of value on stuff, like physical stuff. They put a lot of emphasis on basically impressing their neighbours by having the best car, the best house, this, that, and the next. They don't like say if they're doing up their house, then they're not doing up their house because it's practical and the house is needing it. They do it to impress their neighbours, to try and make their neighbours jealous. You know, it's somebody like that. Yeah, Queen of Coins in reverse, exactly. Exactly. And the Knight of Swords at the bottom of that deck. Whoever that person is, they're about to fall out of their ivory tower, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. I do get the very strong impression that they're struggling financially. It's like their life has gone down the shitter and your life is on the up. And tell us about rest and reconsider, please, for Gemini. The Wheel of the Year, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So the naysayers, Gemini. The naysayers, the ones that told you you'd never amount to anything, you'd never do this, that and the next, you'd never be successful. And they try to keep you small. Remember those difficult beginnings that we were talking about? That you have thrived in spite of those difficult beginnings? That's who these people are here. Your life is changing. In fact, for a lot of you, it already has. And it's changed for the better. So it's time for you to take stock of everything and to look at your source of information. So the ones who constantly drummed into you that you would never amount to anything, Spirit's saying, take a look at them. Are they successful? Nope. Are they doing well? Nope. In fact, they're losing. They're losing big time. With this 8 of coins, Queen of coins both being in reverse. And you've got the 7 of coins in the upright position. You want to know what this one is? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And they're reaping. They are reaping. So take a closer look at your source of information, Gemini. What they were doing was projection, pure and simple. So they had you feeling insecure. They had you feeling like you were crazy, like you were this, that, and the next, and that you were a lost cause, blah, 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 blah. And now look at you. So isn't that a classic reminder of just because someone else cannot or will not see your worth and your value, it doesn't mean to say that you don't have it. It just means that they're too blind or too stupid to see your worth and your value. And it's also their loss. What else, please? Yeah, emotions. Look deep within your emotions. What is it that your emotions are trying to convey to you? So when you feel angry, for example, now everyone automatically assumes that anger, oh, that's a negative emotion. Well, okay. But every single emotion has a purpose. So what is the purpose of your anger? Anger are the parts of yourself that know that you deserve to be treated better. So what is it that your anger is trying to convey to you? Any kind of emotion, listen to what it is that your emotions are trying to tell you, okay? Respect your relationships. You were not being respected as an individual at all. You were not. You have learnt to respect yourself, though. In past lives, we reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. There's something karmic about someone's family origin. Or the friends that made you feel like a piece of shit. Or exes. Abusive and controlling exes. Definitely, I am definitely speaking to somebody who has had more than their fair share of karmic relationships and karmic experiences. Definitely. What else, please, Gemini? Oh, okay. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out your ass pronto. Yeah, for a while their attitudes kept you stuck. It is really difficult, you know, when you've got a lot of people who are being incredibly cruel about you and towards you all of the time. Yeah, especially when that's all you've ever known. It can be really, really difficult to come out of that hole. But you have, haven't you? Detox. Drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. Yeah. You have. You've detoxed these karmic people, whether they're related to you or whether you were in romantic relationships with them. It's like, no, I'm done. No more toxic people in my life. Like, that is it. Fuck. Shit's about to get real. You need your people around you. So you're surrounding yourself now with your soul tribe, your soul family. The ones who understand, you know, the ones who get you, the ones who've got your back. You do you. Yeah, you are. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You're no longer trying to impress these people. You're no longer trying to convince these people that you are lovable and that you are worth their time. You're no longer trying to convince them to love you. You're just not doing it anymore. Because you've recognized that there's something deeply, deeply, inherently missing within them. It's not actually a problem with you at all. Okay, who is it you could be dealing with? You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. For some of you. You could have those placements in your own chart as well. Let's get you some letters. Let's get you some 12, right? It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Right, so you've got H, L, W, G, R, I, L, V, P, K, Y, and M. I'm also hearing, be careful about how you treat other people, because you never know who they will become. VIP. They forgot that golden rule, didn't they? You're about to become a VIP, Gemini. We've got a name here, Kim. Now you can spell this two ways, K-Y-M or K-I-M. The first one that I seen was the K-Y-M, which is a really unusual way of spelling that, isn't it? We've got Grill, G-R-I-L-L, Grill. You could be grilling someone, but not in the way of like shouting, screaming, ranting and raving at them, but grilling them like embarrassing them. So they've gone around saying, Gemini, you'll never do this, that and the next, you'll never amount to anything. And it's like you're grilling them by living your best life and being super, super successful. They are going to be so embarrassed at everything that they ever said about you, because they were so completely and utterly wrong about you. We've got Pill as well. I'm getting that you see that person that made you feel like you were worthless. They're struggling with extreme depression, and they have to take a lot of pills just so that they can function every day. We've got Will. Threaten to take you off their will or some shit like that. Oh, grip. So they tried to keep their grip onto you and over your life, and they tried to keep their grip of controlling your every move by threatening you with their will, like what they will or will not leave for you in their will. Yeah, that's another very common thing that happened with toxic families. We've got another word here as well. K-I-L-L. They probably made threats on your life. Not good. They've definitely really put you through the mill, haven't they? We've got whip as well. Whip. It's a controlling tactic. I'm also seeing RIP. Okay. Let's just keep it light-hearted and say, well, there goes their opinion. Their opinion can RIP. I wouldn't like to think that that's about something else. So yeah, have a play around with that one, Gemini, and see what else you can find in these letters. You might even see certain people's initials as well. You could see your own initials. But intuitively, whatever messages you get, then that's the messages that you're needing to run with, okay? Because obviously your insights are going to be way more spot on than mine will, okay? Because you know who it is that you're dealing with, you know your story and your situation and all that. So yeah, that is what I have for you, Gemini. If you feel you could benefit from a personal reading that is more catered towards your own specific needs, then you can place your booking at phoenixkeiatarot.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.